If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2024 Acura ZDX, $299 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
We are live, the Dynamite recap here on the Squared Circle Digest, part of the Stanley Media House Network YouTube channel. Appreciate you if you're watching us on X at Stanley Media _11, on the Facebook page, Stanley Media House Network, on Twitch at Sean Stanley Sports Talk, or on our YouTube channel at Stanley Media House Network. Appreciate each and every one of you that are joining in here on this Wednesday night. Overall, AEW Dynamite was very good tonight. It continued on stories heading into Revolution. It built on angles that are going to headline Revolution. With that, it started the show with Cope opening up the ambulance, saying, "Tonight, Death Riders, this will be your ride home." And did he fulfill his promise? Yeah, wait around, stick around, find out during the recap. But the first thing you saw was they said Hangman Page is scheduled to wrestle tonight, but nobody's seen him in the building. Then they said, but here's this from MJF. He's on it looked like a tattoo or something going on with his leg. They go through all of, the riffraff of MJF talking and kind of, he's betting on himself. He's no longer about the other three letters. Now he's about himself, MJF. Then finally they show what's going on. It's the tattoo removal of, if you remember, he got the All Elite logo tattooed on his leg when he re-signed with the company. Now that is gone. He's for himself. He's betting on himself, MJF. Then Hangman Page pulls up in his nice EV with the big-ass bull horns on the front with the barbed wire. He goes in. Poor Aaron Solo drew the small straw of the enhancement talent that had to face him. He makes quick work of Aaron Solo. He grabs a chair and he says, "I'm not leaving until somebody gets me MJF out here so I can kick his ass." MJF's music hits. MJF comes out and he's wiping blood off of his hand. He has a bloody towel, puts it down, and he tells Hangman Page that, now it's time to see who is real. Because if you remember last week, Hangman Page says, I'm something you're not, I'm real. So this week he says it's time to see who is real. And then they show a bloody Christopher Daniels beaten to a pulp in the back. Of course, Hangman Page jumps out, starts heading up the ramp, and he's going to find him. He runs into Christopher Daniels. They get the help, and then he says he's going to go and search for MJF. I like this because they're adding to, again, this is what I've always, and they've started doing this since the last Revolution pay-per-view. There's been some times where it maybe got away a little bit, but to me, this is what they have done better lately. It's not necessarily the main event of the pay-per-view, but they've got everybody invested in this MJF and Hangman Adam Page. And again, I get it. It's MJF. It's Hangman Page. People are probably invested in them anyways. But they're two of the characters that AEW has done well, and they do well also from the talent standpoint of getting the investment. I remember, 3 months ago or 2 months ago, Hangman's burning Swerve Strickland's house down. Now they're cheering for him. Again, the cowboy shit and everything else. This is a man that just sat there and burned a man's house down. They're invested in this one, and they've done it right. And kudos to MJF and Hangman Page. They're working good. They seem to have good chemistry outside of the ring, on the mic and everything there. We'll see if it can translate to inside the ring when they go one-on-one at Revolution. Jericho and Don Callis were in the back. Brian Keith, the bounty hunter, was back tonight. He was not the bad apple. He was the bounty hunter, and he went out to collect a bounty on the great Will Ospreay, and of course, did not happen, buddy. Come on, man. Come on. Will Ospreay's too good for that stuff. But I did like this match allowed Brian Keith to show what he can be. He's more than just the hype man of don't talk that bad about Chris Jericho and all that shit. He can go in the ring. And this match allowed him to showcase what he can do. So I was happy to see Brian Keith get that. And of course, all of this was just to lead up to, at the end, Will Ospreay heads up to Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher, who's up in the like a little mezzanine area, and Fletcher's on the way down, Ospreay's on the way up. They meet halfway, and the slugfest continues again, building to what? That's right, Revolution, March 9th, next Sunday. Not this Sunday, next Sunday. This Saturday is Elimination Chamber. The following Sunday is AEW Revolution. And again, they've built up to this match. So there's 2 matches right now on Revolution. Revolution's shaping up to be a great pay-per-view, which, again, AEW always delivers on pay-per-view. That's never a question. Mercedes Moné comes out doing a promo on Momo Watanabe, and then she runs into Billy Starks, acts like she doesn't know who Billy Starks is, flips a drink in her face, and Momo was right there to run off Mercedes Moné. She drops her TBS title, and Momo picks it up and says she's going to be the TBS champion. That match also at Revolution. So the opening 3 segments, you've already got, they're hammering home the Revolution pay-per-view. The Outrunners took on the Murder Monsters, or Murder Machines, I'm sorry. They should be called the Murder Monsters, but Archer and Cage, decent tag team match. There were some slips here and there, some timing things. Really an older school style philosophy. It wasn't kind of the AEW, aerial assault that you normally get in a lot of these tag team matches, and you got in a trios match a little later on. But the Hurt Syndicate's music hits, and I like the fact that the music hits, and then they do the pinfall right there. The Outrunners get the pin from the disruption of the Hurt Syndicate on the thing. So now we'll see again, the Outrunners now apparently will get a shot at the Hurt Syndicate, but ultimately we are leading up to, I believe, the Murder Machines taking on Hurt Syndicate down the line. But I do like the fact that, again, the way the Outrunners portray themselves as 80s, stuff like that, they're doing some of the old school type, victories. You play the music, you distract them, you get the quick roll-up victory, and the Outrunners move on. I'm happy to see, again, they're the 80s, they're using it, and I'm happy to see them getting some just due. A good promo was cut next by the Death Riders. Again, I like at least now, since they did that with Renee Paquette and on the YouTube channel, they kind of explained who they were, why they feel the way they feel. Again, whether you agree with it or not, that is what it is. They at least kind of said the belt, I am the championship. Why do you have to see the belt? Mox says, I am the championship. And then, so this just added more onto it again. On Collision, Pac gets taken out by Cope. And then Claudio comes in. He says, basically, he's talking in Swiss. He says, I let my guard down for 1 minute. And then he says, Cope, you're not hunting us. I'm hunting you. And so, again, this Cope, Mox are going to headline Revolution. And at least for the first time to me, I feel like there's a focus on the title, not, 4 men battling and all this stuff. It's Cope versus Mox. And you've got the Death Riders, but now, Cope is picking them off one by one. So ultimately, as he said, I'm going to take out every one of your men until it's just me and you, one-on-one at Revolution. On Saturday night, that started. Pac has been taken out. And tonight, Cope pulls up in the ambulance and says, Death Riders, this is your ride home. Stay tuned. We'll see if he fulfilled that promise. Swerve came out, and Ricochet, again, another match booked for Revolution. Swerve versus Ricochet. The interesting thing on this was, I loved when Ricochet had said, Swerve, are you stupid or dumb? And he says, I'm done with you. Nana grabs, he's got like this little contract in his hand, said he spoke with Tony Khan, and him and Tony Khan are in agreement that the fans deserve a rematch. Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. Ricochet at first is like, no, there's no reason for me to give you another shot. I'm done with you. I'm on to go and fight for titles. Nana says this contract states that the winner of this match will become the #1 contender for the AEW World title, which right now is held by Mox. And then he said he's not doing the match here. He's not ready. He's not prepared. He'll do it at Revolution in Los Angeles, the City of Angels. Nana, then they look like they're going to leave. Nana stops the music, says he needs to talk to Swerve. He tells Swerve he wants Swerve to go back to being the most dangerous man in AEW. The fans want it. Nana wants it. Everybody wants it. Nana says he needs Swerve to get the row back, or he won't be able to do this anymore, and he kind of dropped the mic down, meaning he couldn't take any more bullets for Swerve. The robe is Nana's legacy, and he feels like he's taken a lot of strays for everything Swerve has done with Hangman, with Ricochet, with the Hurt Syndicate, and go on and on. Ricochet has been there, catching the bullets for Swerve. back to the back now. Hangman Page still looking for MJF. He's left. He just kind of makes a warning to MJF that he's going to get him. He hops in his EV with the horns and he leaves. The 6-man trios match up next. Undisputed Kingdom against FTR and Daniel Garcia. You know, a great trios match. What did you expect from Undisputed Kingdom, FTR, and Daniel Garcia? I mean, you know, the wrestling with AEW never has been the issue. It's never the issue. For me, and again, I'm one of the guys that like more of the storytelling and leading up. Not everything has to be storytelling. I understand that. But I do like episodic TV to at least have something going. Yes, pay-per-views, you can throw dream matches on there. You can do all that stuff. But episodic TV, if you watch episodic TV, as I always say, if you watch your shows, NCIS, I don't know, whatever your favorite show is. What is it? Law and Order back in the day. I don't know. Cheers, anything like that. They always, they have a little bit of a story they're telling. That's why you tune into episodic TV. So for me, I had a question on this match right here because I didn't understand why Daniel Garcia was teaming up with FTR. Now, I did not catch all of Collision on Saturday. So again, I'm saying this out of, you know, ignorance on this part of it. I did not understand why Daniel Garcia was here, not Cope. They talk so much about rated FTR, and then I seen Daniel Garcia on the poster. But then, again, letting it all play out, Adam Cole gets the pin on Daniel Garcia, the TNT champion, and now on Collision, that match will happen. So it will be Adam Cole against Daniel Garcia this Saturday on Collision for the TNT heavyweight title. So, you know, again, another little bit of a story. There's been things going back and forth. We've seen the trios matches with the Undisputed Kingdom with Garcia, Parker, Angelo Parker, and Cool Daddy Luke. Is that Cool Daddy Luke? Daddy Luke, whatever his name is there. You know, so you've got a story building. And it's been building. And it's very, again, this is what I really am enjoying now with AEW as far as, you know, and again, like I said, this has been going for since like Revolution of last year. There's been times where maybe there's an episode or two where it's kind of like, oh, I didn't really understand that. The Death Riders thing felt like it was starting to stray away. Then, of course, the YouTube video comes out, kind of explains the Death Riders' point of view on what they're looking at and everything there. And it brings it back in a little bit now. And I feel like it's better now because it's focused on one opponent. I don't think your heavyweight title needs to be defended necessarily in a normal 4-way. Like if you throw it in like, you know, for instance, if they made something in AEW similar to like an Elimination Chamber style match, to where, you know, one person comes in and things like that, then I could understand that. I just don't like the four-way for your heavyweight title. Other titles I like, but that's too many people involved in the main event to me. There's just way too many moving parts to make people invested. Now people are invested in watching. People want to watch Cope rip apart Moxley and the Death Riders. Claudio Castagnoli is hunting Cope in the back. Cope finds him first. They battle out into the crowd. They get into the ringside area. Wheeler Yuta's scrawny little ass shows up, hits up on Cope. Marina Shafir jumps in as well. They're kind of taking care of things. They're about to hit a concerto on Cope. Jay White's music hits. Cope starts getting back up to his feet. Takes out Claudio. Takes out Yuta a little bit. Marina Shafir jumps on him. Locks in the chokehold. He's breaking away. Wheeler Yuta's got him lined up for the knee. Cope sidesteps. Wheeler Yuta nails Marina Shafir. Takes her out. Claudio takes out, or Jay White hits his Blade Runner on Yuta. Yuta's out of the ring, out of the picture. You've got Claudio laying there down still. Sets him up for the concerto. Claudio, he gone. Then Marina Shafir is about to get hit with the concerto. Willow Nightingale's music hits. All smiles, right? She comes in that ring, grabs a chair, and concertos Marina Shafir. So now, 2 more are eliminated from the Death Riders. You've got Pac, he gone. Claudio, he gone. And Marina Shafir, oh yeah, she gone. So 3 of the 4 Wheeler Yuta remains. Interesting. Moxley may have to go it alone against Cope. Or will there be surprises? You never know. Revolution is shaping up to be very, very good. Which, again, would you expect anything else from an AEW pay-per-view? They deliver on pay-per-view. Harley Cameron took on Deonna Purrazzo. Good back-and-forth match. Good to see both of them getting some time on Dynamite. Cameron gets the victory. They claimed it as a comeback win, an underdog win, but she just fought for the TBS title against Mercedes Moné. So it's not like, she's a rookie, but I also know Purrazzo's, good in her own, in her own book as well. But I didn't see it as much as an upset victory as what they were saying in the announcers. I didn't see it. I didn't see it as that much of an upset when she just fought for the TBS title, 2 Saturdays ago? Or the TBS title. I don't know. I think I said US title, TBS title. Orange Cassidy, Takeshita main event. Great opening spot, going back and forth, kind of missing on all their things. The orange punch misses. Takeshita kind of bobs out of the way. Just good stuff from them as well. And then as the match goes, the beach break on the table. That looked painful. The table really didn't give. Just the one part where Cassidy went down, kind of folded up a little bit. It was an odd-looking table bump. Definitely looked like it hurt. Then there was a good... I thought it was a great kind of ending from that spot out, right? They both beat the count back in. The orange punch to Takeshita. Takeshita rolls outside. He does the diving DDT to the outside. Then he goes up for his move, and he gets hit with an elbow from Takeshita into the stunner that he does. A couple little false finishes, and then finally he hits the Raging Fire, and Takeshita gets the win, remains the international champion, and will now face Kenny Omega at Revolution. So right now at Revolution, you've got Mox versus Cope, which I'm believing is going to be the main event for the AEW World title. You've got Kenny Omega against Takeshita for the international title. You've got Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay in a cage. You've got Hangman Page against MJF. You have Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe. And I believe there's one more that I'm missing that was announced today. Swerve and Ricochet. Right now. Those are your matches you have right now. And the Outrunners get a tag team title shot. And ultimately, I believe your Murder Monsters will get a shot as well on the tag team titles. Will one of them be at Revolution? I don't know. That will be interesting to see. Murder Machines. I called them Murder Monsters again. Murder Machines with Brian Cage and Lance Archer. So we'll see if the Hurt Syndicate is added to the Revolution pay-per-view. But a very good AEW Dynamite, extending the stories, adding more depth to the stories, and leading us to the pay-per-view Sunday, March 9th in Los Angeles, California, Revolution. So hopefully you guys are tuning in, watching it. I recommend you starting getting going. Give it a watch. Give it a watch. AEW Dynamite. You will not be disappointed. Appreciate everybody that watched on X, Stanley Media _11. If you're watching us on the Facebook page, Stanley Media House Network, appreciate you. And of course, you're watching on Twitch, Sean Stanley Sports Talk. Appreciate you as well. Please jump over to the YouTube channel. Trying to get to 1,000 and the 4,000 watch hours. But I appreciate each and every one of you. If you can, jump to that YouTube channel, Stanley Media House Network. Hit that subscribe button. Set your notifications. We're here Monday nights and on Wednesday nights after the shows. We will have a post show after Elimination Chamber. We will go live discussing that. And also we might go live. Actually, no, this Friday I will not be going live. I have a family function. We will not be going live on Friday. But Saturday after the pay-per-view, we will go live. And also starting Monday, 7 p.m., myself and Spencer, we will be going live. Talking racing now. We'll be talking NASCAR and the races, starting with the race this weekend at COTA. So appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in tonight. And in the words of the great Gordon Soley, so long from the sun, shine, state.